Hi everybody, my name is Kimura and today we are going to be reviewing our very first double-length episode of the Backyardigans, Season 2, Episode 10 and 11, International Super Spy. Now in this episode, Pablo is a smooth international agent who is hired by Miss T, aka Tasha, to protect 3 containers from the evil lady in pink, Uniqua and her sidekick henchman Tyrone. Austin is an undercover agent as well, who helps Pablo throughout his missions. After Pablo manages to obtain the 3 containers, the lady in pink and henchman Tyrone trick him into handing them over. However, they discover the containers contain the ingredients needed to make chocolate milk. The song Lady in Pink features an elaborate 007 style music video and pop singer Cyndi Lauper as a guest star. Now this episode is absolutely amazing. There are so many things I could say about this episode. The music, the scenery, the costumes, the vibes, the secret agent scenes, not to mention we've seen Pablo as a secret agent before, but this is like secret agent times a 1,000, James Bond style secret agent. This is absolutely amazing. This episode is absolutely perfect. There's no bad thing I could say about it. No bad thing. The only thing I wish if this was an hour long. If this was an hour long, then I feel like this would have been a true statement of the series. I'm not saying it's not a true statement now. It is. Like, absolutely. And you already know. We have the International Super Spy. I love doing that. It always slaps every single time. Sean Curley did his thing. Not to mention we got Miss Cyndi Lauper. Miss Cyndi Lauper up in here. And she sang her heart out. Everything about this episode just screams Backyardigans core. It screams that the Backyardigans is not just for kids. They know how to get serious with family audiences. And they did it right. Okay? Now, there's so many things I can say about this episode. Once again. But I can't really talk about this alone. So, I have a friend of mine who loves this episode as much as I do. And she is a real friend of mine. She's so sweet. She's creative. She makes comics. She's absolutely amazing. So, without any further ado, to talk about her opinions on this episode, introducing my bestie, my friend, the one and only MLP Adventures! Come on down, girl. The floor is yours.
Hey you guys! MLP Adventures in the Kimura house! Well, technically I'm not in the house, I'm in the video, but whatever, you get the point. I'm here with my absolutely wonderful friend Kimura, here to review the very first double-length episode of the Backyardigans. Awesome show, by the way. International Super Spy. Also known as Super Secret Super Spy, due to the title in the Backyardigans commercial for said episode. Although, to be honest, I prefer the title International Super Spy. It just sounds cooler, you know? By the way, Kimura, sweetheart, thank you so much for having me on your show today. It is an honor to be here collaborating with you. I have never, ever had the privilege of collaborating with another YouTuber before this day. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And now, without any further ado, let's get on with this review. In this particular episode, Pablo is pretending to be the top agent in the International Super Spy Agency, and he calls himself Mr. Secret. And he is given a mission by Miss Tasha to find 3 very special secret containers. But there's a little problem. A lady called the Lady in Pink is also after the 3 containers for a very unknown reason. And let me tell you, she's actually a big problem because she is the most evil evildoer in the whole world. Or so says Miss Tasha. Or so says Miss T. And so Pablo, also known as Mr. Secret, must go find the location of these 3 containers and stop the lady in pink from finding them and completing her evil plan. I'm sorry, Kimura, I had to. Evil laughter is fun. But in the end, it all comes to a showdown within the base of the lady in pink at the very top of the clock tower Big Ben in London, England, where Mr. Secret succeeds in getting the 3 containers, but only after the lady in pink opens all 3 of them. And it turns out all the ingredients mixed together create chocolate milk. Very delicious drink, by the way. Unfortunately, the lady in pink's greed for chocolate milk ends up winding her falling down from Big Ben. Fortunately, Mr. Secret is there to save her. And afterwards, she says she really wants to become a secret agent, that she's always wanted to be one. And he wasn't expecting that. But in the end, Miss T makes the lady in pink and her henchman, Tyrone, secret agents. And they all celebrate with a shaking canister of chocolate milk shared among the 5 of them. Now, I love Backyardigans. There's no episode that I don't like, at least a little bit. But this episode was like peak Backyardigans. I mean, it is so much fun being a secret agent. That's like one of the top 10 tiers of most fun things to imagine being a secret agent. And I was an early 20s kid, so I grew up watching the Backyardigans, so I was all over International Super Spy, me and my family both. The songs are awesome! I'm not sure whether my favorite song is It's Gooder to Be Good or Lady in Pink, Lady in Pink. They're so good, and Uniqua slays as a villain. I mean, this is the first, and let's see. I think it's the only time I can actually remember Uniqua being a villain besides Sinbad Sails Alone, but she's more of an antagonist in that episode rather than a villain per se. In this one, she's definitely a villain, and she slays it. And her singing for the song, my goodness! And Tyrone makes a very fun henchman. Oh, and then there's Austin. He's a secret contact, and he's always in disguise. He does a very good job on that. And all of the action scenes where Pablo is escaping with the 3 canisters, and Uniqua, or the lady in pink and her henchmen are shaking their fists, crying, "I'll get you next time, Mr. Secret!" That's like classic villainy right there, people. That's awesome, and I'm all here for it. And all the action scenes, and the dancing scenes, and all the scenes where Agent Secret was flipping around and then going into his car, and it changes from a car to a helicopter to a really big sled, and then a water jet ski. The car transformation is so good! Tyrone was absolutely funny as a henchman. It's like he was trying to learn how to be an evil henchman, and the lady in pink was having to teach him. It's just so good. And he was good comic relief. I like how Agent Secret, or Pablo, always kept his cool, no matter what. Even when the situation got tough. And he's not ticklish, and he's not prone to the lady in pink's tickling trap. Oh, it was so good. And then I also like the little detail of how the little restaurant foods that Agent Austin gave to Agent Pablo each had a little secret technology hidden into it. The banana split was actually a telephone, the hot dog was a telephone, and then the pizza box was a jetpack, and the pizza itself was a parachute. That was just awesome. My favorite action scene has got to be when Agent Secret is jetpacking to the Lady in Pink's rescue. Oh, but I also like the really tight scene when Agent Secret tries to trade Miss T for the 3 containers, but then it all goes awry. Oh, so fun. The music for this episode was so cool. It gave off serious secret agent vibes with the finger snapping and the cool chill beat. And then all of a sudden it goes high! I love music like that. It's just all so much fun. And you know, one of my favorite parts about the double-length episodes is that the songs have a lot of reprises, but they're so good and they fit in and I just love songs with lots of reprises where the song actually fits in and makes sense, where you can actually have the song more than just one time, you know? And then the dynamic with Pablo being a good guy, and then Uniqua, the Lady in Pink, being a supervillain. Well, technically she's not a supervillain, she's just a villain, but whatever. The dynamic of good versus evil, it's just, Okay, now on to the review. Kimura, I don't know about you, but I'm giving this episode a massive 10 out of 10. Because it was just that good. It's an episode you could keep coming back and watching again and again and thoroughly enjoying it. And even if you're partial to the episode, you can bop your head to each of them songs like there's no tomorrow. Oh man, Backyardigans just had a way of coming up with the best of songs that even adults enjoy up to these days. And I know, because I am a legal adult. I also like the snacks that the Backyardigans had after their adventure. Chocolate milk and cookies. I am very partial to chocolate milk and cookies. I love chocolate! You know what? I think I'm going to go have some chocolate milk right now. Thank you again, Kimura, so much for having me on your show today. It's been a pleasure reviewing this episode with you, and I can't wait to come back for the next double-length episode. Guess it's snack time for us. See you later, YouTube agents. And remember, keep your juice boxes and your chocolate milk cartons shaking. And Kimura will see you in the next episode review. Until then, you guys, MLP Adventures is out!